something that's a little bit different. I'm starting to go in a little bit more product reviews. I mean, it is May 2020, and I'm trying to step up my technical game. I am technical by trade in the sense of IT, so I'm gonna probably talk about certain things that you may or may not have been listening to on any of the YouTubes. Everything I've learned, honestly, it's probably 80% on the YouTube about all the products that I'm about to talk about. But one thing I didn't see, and one thing that I was taught very, very early on, I'm not going to give you the age, is to read the manual. Read the manual. Um, everything I'm going to talk about is not even in the manual, but I want to give you a less than 10-minute fast track to get a MacBook Pro 2019 edition, to be able to work with the. I'm just going to spell it out, Maono, and let me tell you, I'm going to pronounce it two different ways. All right. I'm Filipino, but in Hawaiian, you would pronounce it Mono, Mono, Moano, like Moano Mall, like Moano, right? But in everything you see, it's called Maono, Maono, right? So I'm just gonna say the 421 mic. But what are the important things to know about the manual? Well, number one, everything you got to make sure that whatever came in the box came in the box, and mine, of course, did. And I've never seen anybody have not say that it did. Right? Everything in it it was quality. As you can tell, I am. I'll talk a little about my configuration, but I'm not using any of the pop filter, which is basically that screen, and then I'm not using any of the what do they actually call that thing? The windscreen cap. And how do I know what it's called? Because of the manual. Because of the manual, right? Um, but everything was quality. I've seen pictures where the arm was broken. I mean, they kind of force it. Well, there's knobs. There's knobs on the actual product, right? So when I say there's knobs, when you take a look at it, there's knobs on every joint, right? Every joint, there's a knob. And if you look at the joint, right? Everywhere that it can bend, there's a knob there, and you have to tighten. If you forget to untighten it and try to force it, it's gonna break. It is just regular aluminum, right? Um, it's actually just lightweight. It actually was smaller than I thought it was gonna be, and the box was a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. And you saw the box. I mean, the box is, you know, it's basically this size, right? It's only about 18 inches by 8 inches and about 4 inches deep, right? So it's pretty compact. So what am I gonna say? Be gentle about it. All right, be gentle about it, and it'll last a long time. Everything's build quality is good. I gotta tell you, the mic was a lot heftier than I thought it was gonna be. The cables came in really good. And now let's get into the manual. Okay, first part of the manual, and I'm gonna talk about it like we're in school. Is it tells you things that are part of the mic, right? And you have the mic, you have the manual, right? And if you don't have the manual, it's we will go ahead and assume you do, right? But the good thing about this mic, it actually has a mute button and it has a gain button. Gain, I'll tell you right now, and any kind of gain. I'm also a long time DJ, long time mixologist, long time audiophile, right? Don't ever go past 3/4. I'm actually less than 3/4 on this. I'm probably 2 3/4, right? And then the mute button is soft touch, so it showed a lot brighter green on and red on the reviews and everything. I mean, not the reviews, but the Amazon posting. But it is, you can definitely tell it's red and green, right? And then of course the USB connector. Number two, make sure you have all your parts that came with it. It's very very cool how it fits in there. You saw that as well. Um, it gives you a little bit of the diaphragm rating and everything, and people talk about that stuff, right? Tells you all that. I'm gonna try and see. This is the hard part of having a Canon M50, right? But it talks about how you install it on the stand. Okay, take the bottom piece first, which is this piece right here, without the whole entire stand, right? And then make sure you fit it onto your desk. It is about 2 inches. It is what it is on my part because I have another desk that's my business desk that's a little thicker than 2 inches because it had a shelf in it. But hey, $65 comes with all that stuff. All right. I had a little bit of trouble I had a little bit of trouble of screwing this on and making sure that the basket, and this is the basket, you know, the webbing thing where it's that doesn't vibrate as much, and connecting it to the actual connection here. What I didn't know is there's a knob, the knob that is basically at this level right here. There's a knob there. If you loosen it, you can turn it as much as you want, right? So I was trying to get the coupling. I was trying to get. You'll see the gold coupling. You'll see the gold coupling, and just screw it on tight. I was overthinking it, right? Because there's some things that you do on an engineering side that you have. That's you can adjust that to get it tighter, but just tighten that gold coupler in, right? And then screw in the base of the basket all the way, and then the pole will actually move. And let me see if I can give you the pole picture of that. This pole right here actually rotates. Okay, and it's actually showing you that in the picture, but I didn't read the manual. Okay, so outside of that, it shows you how to put the I'm on page 7, puts the pop filter in, connects to the computer. Very, very good picture here. It is a condenser mic, right? So you want to be talking where that green check is. You want to be talking where the gain, the knob, and the mute button is, and you don't want to be talking on the backside, because the backside, there's nothing. There is some pickup there, like that's the backside of my mic, front side of my mic, so you can kind of see. And then one other tip and trick that you'll see, and it's hard to see in the manual, but I have a lot of different kinds of mics, right? So when I was testing it, there is something that is worth saying here. You hear a lot of reviews with a lot more kind of advanced people that they wish there was a headset jack inside this mic. I understand what they're saying now, because I don't have, like, audio recording software, right? So what I had to do is I had to record in Zoom or in eLive and adjust my settings. So I would record, stop, listen, adjust, right? If I had that headset connection on the mic, which if I would have spent another $30 on, I could have got. But I was more in get it into my house fast. Again, May 2020. We know what's going on out there, right? So I was just happy to get it in one day. And I'm going to keep this no matter what. And then my next upgrade will be the one that has the headphone jack inside the mic. It is because I see the value of that now, right? So hopefully you get that. You can rewind and understand what I'm saying. So a couple of things. MacBook Pro, right? What did I have to do? Everybody knows what a MacBook. If you have a MacBook Pro, you know what you have. You have USB-C connections, right? Your power equals a USB-C connection too. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to separate on each side. Okay, this is just a best practice. Stop giving me those dirty looks, because you're gonna get humming, right? You're gonna get humming if power crosses a line. Okay, if power gets close to a line where there is audio or data, and then there is power, and then this is not a power AC cable, but I'm trying to show you, if it crosses that line, you're gonna get humming, especially in a high condensed mic, a high pickup mic, right? So you want to remove anything close to it, and you definitely want to remove anything that's crossing it, right? And you have to do that on this, right? If you don't do it, more power to you, okay? Yes, the cable that it came with it, the USB cable, USB 1 to USB 2 cable, it's very thick. Don't know if it's shielded or not, but in a sense of quality, I think it's good quality. Remember that though. So back to the MacBook Pro. So I have my USB connection, okay? I have that on my if I'm looking at my laptop, on the far right side, any of the ones on the far right side, right? I have a converter, which looks like something like this, that has USB-C on one side and has USB 2, right, on the front. I plug that on as I'm looking at the laptop on the left side, right? And I'm using the closest to my USB connection that goes into my laptop. Why am I doing that? Well, when I'm DJing and I'm using Serato or I'm using any other kind of software like that, that makes a difference when you're using connections, especially when you're actually transferring data, okay? Again, best practices, lessons learned. So you want to make sure you do that, okay? Separate power, make sure the cables are separated, make sure everything is, fully seated and all that kind of thing, right? So those are the kind of things that I wanted to make sure that you kind of understood. The beauty about this mic, it does have the regular traditional USB connection that goes in the back of the mic. And the cable's even thicker than this. Just FYI, it actually is thicker than this. Okay, and you should, by reference, look at this USB and look at the cable. Definitely a lot thinner cables out there, and it's thicker than this one because this is my example cable. All right, so hopefully that helps. I tried to keep it under 10 minutes. It is 10 minutes right now. Take a look at the manual. And everything's being recorded on the 421, and I love it. You saw where I'm a believer on certain things that they said again, but mine was more delivery, get it here quick, and hopefully this helps. All right, stay safe, take care.